for more now, I'm joined by CNN political analyst and Washington bureau chief for the Boston Globe, Jackie Kucinich, and CNN political commentator and Republican strategist, Alice Stewart. All right, let's pick up kind of where John left off right there. Jackie, I want to start with you. We heard the statement or gaffe, we heard the cleanup. Do you think what happened in New Hampshire will ultimately stay in New Hampshire?
So I think Eva's right. I think we kind of have to wait and see how this reverberates. Though, the New York Times had a really smart piece today talking about the Democrats and independents that are taking a look at Nikki Haley, even in New Hampshire where they have an open primary. So Democrats could potentially register to vote in the Republican primary and support Nikki Haley. It's those voters that I think we're going to have to watch the most closely, because she'd been trying to have this crossover appeal. And whether or not this dings that in a more permanent fashion, it's going to be something to watch, because that you might be seeing it within those groups.
Alice, I'm trying to figure out if this incident will or how it even could move the needle, or if it's just kind of a holiday week story that pops in a couple weeks before the caucuses and the primaries. Do you think this could actually put her in jeopardy with New Hampshire Republican primary voters?
Look, I don't think so. Look, she has run a very disciplined, relatively error-free campaign, and this was without a doubt a mistake, a flub, and she is making the necessary correction. Look, I don't think that question it certainly wasn't normal. It wasn't a trick question, but it wasn't hard. And the initial answer is the root cause of the Civil War was slavery. While she didn't say it at the beginning, she has made the necessary correction unequivocally, saying that slavery was the root cause of the Civil War, and she has said that every time she's been at one of these events. I tend to look at this stage of the game, 18 days out from the Iowa caucus. I look at what is the Des Moines Register saying, not the New York Times or the Washington Post. What is the Union Leader saying? What is WMUR saying? These local news outlets. And they're saying, looking at them today, they're saying she has made the correction. She's done the cleanup on Al Haley, and voters are moving on. Looking at a San Anselm poll, the number one issues they're concerned about are the economy, abortion, immigration, and national security. And you leave the editorial boardrooms of Washington, D.C. and New York, and you go to the Machine Shed in Iowa, and you go to the Red Arrow Diner in New Hampshire. Those voters are not talking about the past histories of the Civil War. They're talking about current issues that impact them. And I think she's going to be able to put this in the rearview mirror soon and talk about the issues that are top of mind for voters.
Well, I guess off of that, Alice, or to Jackie rather, so she may be able to put this in the rearview mirror in terms of what she says on the campaign trail, but it seems like DeSantis and Christie, certainly Christie for the moment, they're jumping all over this as much as they can. Do you think for either of them, is this a winning issue that we're going to hear more from them about?
I think what you're hearing from DeSantis and Christie, they're going to take anything they can to try to bring Haley down at this point, because in New Hampshire in particular, she's pulling away from them, and they need those voters that have gone over to Haley to support them. I don't think this issue is what's going to make that difference. I think Alice is absolutely right that Haley has really built up, it has really played a pretty disciplined campaign up until this point. But of course her opponents are going to hammer her on this because she has been so disciplined. No, but if you had a kernel of doubt in her, perhaps then your head is turned. But I don't know that this is going to do it among Republican voters in New Hampshire.
All right, I want to play a clip right now of one of the hardest hitting questions that Haley got yesterday. Take a listen. It's from a 9-year-old in New Hampshire.
So, Chris Christie thinks that you are a flip-flopper on the Donald Trump issue. And honestly, I agree with him. And you're basically the new John Kerry on the if you remember John Kerry from 2004.
What's the question? So,
my question is, how can you change your opinion like that in just 8 years? And will you pardon Donald Trump?
I would pardon Trump. What's in the best interest of the country is not to have an 80-year-old man sitting in jail that continues to divide our country.
All right, Alice, I'll give you the first crack at that one. How did that go for Nikki Haley?
Well, Danny, you got to always watch those little kids. You never know what they're going to ask. So every candidate has to be on their toes when the 9-year-old gets a mic. But look, I think she handled it well. Look, we're 2 weeks out from when things really start making a difference. And there's going to be all kinds of questions to try and get these candidates off message and chase them down a rabbit hole. But the key is to make your point clearly with this message on pardoning Trump. She's telling the base that, look, I would pardon him because she feels that's in the best interest of the country. But Jackie's also right. These other candidates and the challengers are going to do everything they can to throw questions at her and bring up this latest gaffe, because she is momentum at her back. She's closing the poll numbers with Donald Trump, and everything is fair game in love and war and politics. And we're going to see that in the next 2 weeks.
Well said. All is fair in love and war in politics, especially when so close to Iowa and New Hampshire. Jackie Kucinich, Alice Stewart, thank you so much. Appreciate your time.